And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to race number 15 of the debut season of the PCSRA Busch Series. After tonight, we have 11 more races left to go to find out the 12 drivers that are battling it out in this season's chase for the championship. Starting on the pole is one of those drivers who's trying to get back in the top 25 in points. That is Darby King. She comes in this race 36th in the points table. And according to my points math in my head, she is a total of 37 points back of 25th in the standings. So she needs a good run tonight, get herself back in the top 25. Alongside of her is K Langeland, who's fourth in the points table, having a good season. R Amirmoez having a struggling season, 37th in points of the 38 full-time drivers that have run this season. And Jimmy Baker, who's been on a bit of a free fall the last couple of weeks, went from top 10 in the points to 27th in the points. So he's been falling through the points table the last few weeks in that regard. As you look at the rest of the starting lineup for tonight's Kentucky 327 laps of racing to get underway. Let's go over the points table while we're making sure these 40 drivers roll off properly. Well, we'll take a break. Let's make sure everybody rolls off this time around. Now we'll go ahead and give you your point standings. Annika Ricci, starting from the rear of the field, is the points leader by 29 points over Drake Robertson. So we're going to make sure the back of the field is not having any issues here. 29 points over Drake Robertson and Maylan Lee. K Langeland, 38 points back, fourth in the standings. As we're making sure nobody, as my phone's going off, sorry about that. It's because of my bank thing. Just trying to make sure nobody has a problem here, or we're going to have another wave off. R Amirmoez is now fifth in the standings. S Hsu sixth in the points, 43 back, 45 back. Lucas Albon in seventh. Eighth is D Marquez, 63 back, 65 back is Brad Blackmon and Elizabeth Gardner will complete your top 10. I'm going to make sure nobody's having any issues. And looks like we have nobody having issues, so that's good. As here we go, the Kentucky 300 is underway. We're racing here tonight from the Bluegrass State. Last night in our Truck Series race, which, first off, I want to thank Sean for joining me in the booth. I was not expecting to have a co-commentator joining me in the booth, but it is what it is. Sean Art mentioned last night in our Truck Series race, if you didn't tune in, is that we had a lot of 3 and 4 wide here at Kentucky, and a lot of drivers had troubles in that race. And also, we had drivers that were outside the top 20 in points in our truck race last night got a win. And some drivers who needed some good results got themselves back in the top 20 in the points. So, can we see that happen here tonight? And can we avoid 4 wide? That's been a topic we had in last night's Truck Series race. We'll see what happens here tonight in the Busch race. We talked about just the points itself. We talked about Darby King, who's 37 points back at 25th in the standings. Other former winners outside the top 25. Leela Mackay comes in this race 12 points back at 25th in the standings. Bart Simpson is only a mere 2 points ahead of 25th in the standings, so he needs a good run to get away from that. And also Darby King, not Darby King, excuse me, Emily Green. And she is 30 points back of 25th in the standings, so she's another driver who needs a good run. Bruno Wood is also 2 points ahead of 25th in the standings. Riley Roblyer, 13 ahead of 25th in the standings. Liliana Bates is 15 points ahead of 25th in the standings. All those drivers need good runs here tonight if they want to stay in the top 25 in points to have their wins count for a spot into this season's chase for the championship. Checking back here, Bart Simpson running in last time by 40th. That's not where he needs to be. He needs to get going. Same with Liliana Bates and Darby King. Those two drivers need to get going. There's Taylor Valley in her third, or is it fourth start? She's in her fourth start. She's had a tough start to her tenure on the Busch, but give her some time. And she's only sitting on 11 points. Taylor's going to need a good run to get herself back up into the top 20 in the point, or get a good run. Tula Tapola making his fourth start, having an okay start to the season, to his part-time season. April Winters in the 25 machine. Brad Blackmon there. A couple of drivers. There's a lot of three wide action. There's Bruno Wood. That's the driver we need to keep our eyes on. Same with Leela Bakai, because those two need to have a good run to get themselves in the top 25 in points, or stay in the top 25 to have their wins be eligible for a playoff berth. We also had two cautions in last night's Truck Series race, which we had incidents in turns 3 and also on the front straightaway, as my stomach needs to stop growling. Katsuro comes into this race looking at the points here. 37th in points. He really needs a good run. Bart Simpson. Let's see. Riley Robier. So it looks like we have right now 4 winners. Beta, Roblyer, Wood, and Simpson that are in danger of falling outside the top 25 in points. We had our first repeat winner. We had Azar Amirmoez, who went to victory lane last week at Milwaukee, excuse me. She jumped up 6 spots to 11th in points. So she needs to continue her march up to 20 to get away from 25th in the standings. Chloe Carmichael's on pit road. Not sure what's up with Chloe Carmichael. She is now 3 laps down. Chloe Carmichael having a season to forget. Dead last of the 38 drivers for a full time this season, so it's been a tough year for Chloe Carmichael, so and there's been rumors that Chloe Carmichael could be out of that ride after tonight's race. Oh, Bart Simpson's wrecked. Bart Simpson has wrecked. And he collected somebody else, Tula Tapola and Morgan Le Fay, and a caution is out. As Azar Amirmoez will lead us back under our first yellow of the evening, just past the midway point of tonight's race. But Bart Simpson came into this race 2 points ahead of 25th. He's going to be out of the top 25. That's a tough break for Tula Tapola. Morgan Le Fay's on pit road. A lot of damage to the Support Our Soldier Chevrolet of Bart Simpson. Caution's out for the first time tonight. Let's jump back and look at a replay to see what happened as we're halfway through the Kentucky 300. And this is what happened with Bart Simpson. As he goes into turn number 1. First time we've had an incident in turn 1 this weekend. Carried a little too much speed, got tight, and up into Tula Topola, and those two get locked on together, and they go hard in the safer barrier. Bart Simpson goes upside down, but doesn't hit. But the roof doesn't hit the racetrack. Thankfully, they got away, and then there's where Morgan Le Fay gets involved as she clips the right front of the Navy Chevrolet into the 19 of Tula Topola. Morgan Le Fay came into this race 17th in points. That was not what she needed. Bart Simpson's going to fall outside the top 25 for sure. And there's Tula Topola. Tough break for him. A lot of damage to that 19. He is no doubt done for the night. And we're also being told R Amirmoez, who led us back to our first caution of the evening, he has also gone behind the wall. So we'll have a new race leader when we go back to green, which is right about now here in Kentucky. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing with 10 laps of racing to go here tonight at Kentucky. Noah Parker, after the blow up by K Amirmoez with his engine, leads the race. Malin Lee second, K Langeland third, Lucy Myers fourth, A Green fifth, sixth Michael Ford, Blake Pepper seventh, Darby King eighth, ninth is Sally Ford, and Luna Walker now moves up in the top 10. Well needed run for that team. Out of the race is Tula Topola, and then K Amirmoez blew a valve, and then Chloe Carmichael was not returned to the racetrack. Looks like her night is going to come to a sadful end. And that is 3 drivers out of the race. We have 37 of our 40 drivers on the lead lap. And Darby King, this is a well-needed run for Darby in that number 46 team. Liliana Beta running in 12th, so a nice run for her. Nice run for Taylor Valley, having a quiet run. Leela Mackay in 21st. We'll see where this is going to situate her after this race. And Bart Simpson, I don't know how in the world they got his race car fixed, but he's going to be off the pace and definitely will kiss his chances of staying out in the top 25 goodbye as the green flag's back in the air. Next week, we'll head to the Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina. But tomorrow night, we got to finish up our weekend here with the Winston Cup race here at Kentucky, a 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time green flag. Hope you'll join us for that. Whoa, Lucy Myers got a little shove there by Malin Lee. That was wasn't expected of her. Malin Lee, third in the points table. Let's see where the points leader is running. Annika Ricci, running in 16th. The guy that was trying to run her down for the points lead, 25th for Drake Robertson. He was second in points. Malin Lee is running second right now. She is third in the points. So as things stand, it might be Malin Lee who could possibly take the points lead heading into next week at Rockingham, North Carolina. Of course, we will have a long way to go as right now the laps are ticking away and also the races are ticking down because, like I said, after tonight we only have 11 more races left to go into the Busch Series season. Darby King running right now in third. This is right where she needs to be as far as Darby King is concerned. 36th in the points and was 37 points back at 25th in the standings. And right now she's ahead of a number of drivers who are not having good results. Let's see where Bruno Wood, he's running in 26th. I don't think Bruno Wood's going to be staying in the top 25. Leela Bakai is running in the 25th position. She was only 2 points back of, or no, check that, 10 points back of 25th in the standings. I don't think that's going to be enough. Bart Simpson is off the pace due to the damage, not surprised there. And so is Morgan Le Fay. And Darby King's already in second place just like that. So Darby King now realizing that she needs to pick it up, and this is a well-needed run for this 46 team. If she gets another win, we're going to have to see if this is going to get her back in the top 25. Here she comes. Darby King has gotten something going with 3 laps of racing to go. Next caution that comes out will end this race under the yellow. Darby King didn't look like she had a short run car, but it looks like the long run's really been helping the Civil Air Patrol Chevrolet. We're down to 2 laps of racing to go here tonight at Kentucky. Darby King needs a good run to get back in the top 25. And so far, with her leading the race, it's looking really good. But she was, like I said, only 37 points as Noah Parker pushed the 46 up the racetrack. She was only 37 back at 25th. Let's see where this is going to situate her as the white flag is out. But don't count out Lucy Myers just yet, as Darby King went way up the racetrack up in no man's land. As we're down the back straightaway for the final time, here's Lucy Myers. Is she going to pull the same move on Noah Parker? Oh, contact! Noah Parker goes up the racetrack. Here comes Jay Green. This is for the win. Jay Green's going to win at Kentucky. Oh my goodness. Lucy Myers drove it in there way too hard, made contact with the 20, and that was what gave Jay Green this win, and has Jay Green locked himself a spot into the playoffs. One more thing for Jay Green. He was 25th in points, that critical 25th position in the points. Boy. Don't think Noah Parker is going to be happy with Lucy Myers after that. And Jay Green did it from the rear of the field. Good for him. Parker is going to get second. Azar Amirmoez 1 week from her third win on the year. She's going to move her way through the points table and continue to build her cushion from between herself and 25th in the standings. Lucy Myers gets fourth. T Jumiaka fifth. Sally Ford sixth. Darby King got seventh. That's a well-needed run for her. We'll have to see where this is going to situate her with that 7th place finish. K Langeland 8th, Michael Ford 9th, and Danny Rant will complete the top 10. And Azar Amirmoez will be back inside the top 10 in the points leaving tonight. Bruno Wood finished in 16th. We're going to see where this is going to situate him in this regard. Same with R Roblyer, who got 18th. Taylor Valley, one of her better runs, 19th. Great run for her. Leela Bakai got 20th. We'll see where this is going to situate her after tonight. Emily Green, I don't know if a 26th place finish is going to do her any good as you look on down to the remainder of the finishing results here. Liliana Beta, 28th. I don't know where this is going to situate her as far as I'm concerned. And Morgan Le Fay was the last car to finish the race in 37th. 3 drivers never saw the checker flag there. Azar Amirmoez, who blew up after our only caution of the evening. Tula Topola and Chloe Carmichael never returned to the track after mechanical problems took her behind the wall and out of the race. So the points are looking like another shakeup coming with 11 races to go. And Jay Green, has he locked himself a spot in the playoffs? We'll have to wait and find out. But thank you all for joining me for tonight's race here at Kentucky. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe. I'm part of the PCSRA crew today. We showed your full finish results. Your point standings are down in the description heading into next week's race at Rockingham, North Carolina. But we've got to finish up this race weekend, though, with the Winston Cup Series, who are back from their off weeks. They'll take on Kentucky tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then Next week, it's Rockingham for Busch and Cup. Hope you'll tune in for that. Until then, I've been Data Vol signing off. Good night from Kentucky as you've been watching yet another broadcast of PCSRA TV, where champions are made since 2010 and 15 years as the best center racing around the world since 2017.